About 3 weeks ago, my wife had our two youngest do a science experiment, since we're doing homeschooling these days. They took a green onion, out of the fridge, like this one, and they chopped off the top. They chopped off all the green stuff, and then they planted it, and you will have no idea, never guess what happened when they planted it. It grew. Yes. Okay. So it's not so surprising, but you want to see? Take a look. This is the ones that they planted, and in fact, it's already on its second crop. They've cut it off and grown it again. And all they did was stick that green onion in the dirt. Now, you may have been able to anticipate that they grew, but do you know why they grew? It's because of a little known biological fact. Living things grow. You knew that too? Okay, then tell me this. Why is it that this seems like such a big secret in the church? So many people in the church act like they can be spiritually alive but not grow. Not aware of growing, not trying to grow. They just figure, yeah, I'm fine. I must be spiritually alive, but I don't know if I'm growing or not. You should know if you're growing. Look at 2 Peter verse 1 to 5, okay? Or chapter 1 verses 5 to 8, I mean. For this very reason, and the reason is because God has provided us everything we need for life and godliness. For this reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, to self-control perseverance, to perseverance godliness, to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness love. For if you possess these qualities in increasing measure, they will keep you from being ineffective and unproductive in your knowledge of the Lord Jesus Christ. If you possess these qualities in increasing measure. In other words, if you're growing in these qualities. There's a really big irony in this passage, and it's this. You can possess fantastic qualities like goodness, knowledge, self-control, perseverance, godliness, brotherly love, and yet still be useless and unproductive in your faith. Well, that stinks. I don't want that. Do you? I don't figure you do. So, how have you grown recently? How have you grown in your relationship with God? How have you grown in your similarity to Jesus Christ over the past week, over the past month, over the past year? This passage talks like you could actually know that. It talks in terms of deliberately, self-consciously pursuing growth and knowing it and seeing it happen in your life. Or what about right now? What are you currently working on growing in your life with God? What are you currently trying to change? And what are you doing to make those changes to grow up to be like Jesus? Now, you can know if you're growing according to this passage. And for sure, you're going to know if you're making every effort. You can't do anything with every effort without knowing it really clearly. So you may say, well, you can't tell me I'm not growing. Okay, I won't say that. But I will say, you can for sure tell if you're making every effort or not. So, are you making every effort to grow? Are you making every effort to have the qualities of Jesus in increasing measure? Because if you are, you'll know it. You'll say, yeah, I did this. This was how things went. This was hard for me, and so on. So what do we need to do about this? Well, if we're going to grow, we need many things, but at least 3 things. 1, food. 1 Peter 2 verse 2 says, like newborn babies, crave the pure spiritual milk of the word so that by it you may grow up in your salvation. You need the word to grow. 2, exercise. This passage says make every effort to grow and to be increasing in these characteristics. It's going to be hard work. So what do you need to stop doing? What do you need to start doing? And you need a plan. Food, exercise, and a plan. Don't just read the Bible randomly. Pick and choose passages and verses and themes that help you grow in the area you're trying to grow in. And pick and choose the exercises, the practical things you're doing in your life and adding to your life and including in your life to grow in the area you're trying to grow in. Living things grow. So, what's an area for you to aggressively pursue growth in starting today?